So it's the next morning. It's like 11 o'clock. Just woke up and might be going to Milwaukee to do some thrifting and a little bit of sourcing. Man, it's cold out here. But now more packaged eBay. See, the eBay package is still sitting there. But overnight, a lot more guitars sold and a few more things sold. We had an extra Philips Hue bridge from all those lights we were buying. We bought 2 starter kits because you got a $50 gift card back. So we bought another one and sold the bridge, you see, for 60 bucks. So when the kit's 200 bucks, you can sell that for 60, and you get 3 light bulbs, the colored light bulbs, plus the plus $50 gift card back. That was a return from Amazon. The code, I'm not sure if the code was used or not. I assume it was used because the game was open, and we put that in the listing. We put code was used game, wasn't new. Still bought it. There's a camera we paid $3.99 for that was downstairs in the basement. It's been down there ever since we started thrifting. I remember buying it a long time ago, but got 40 bucks free shipping for that. Full asking price. Didn't put best offer. I don't think we put best offer. Maybe we did. I don't know. And you see there's 4 more guitars sold. And that guy we took a best offer for that one. Guy hasn't paid, and the PlayStation, the guy still hasn't ended up paying, so I'm not sure what that. Not sure why he hasn't paid for that yet, but that's alright. Stuff happens. It's still worth the money. Let's get this stuff packed and get to the post office and see if we can get on the road. So we gotta try to fit all the rest of the stuff we got today, plus still that in the back of here with all the donations. I guess that's why you don't stack them in there. I guess when we put them in there, you get them gone. That way you don't gotta worry about it. Then when you come back and you're like, all right, let's head out, pack up the truck. It's like, oh wait, it's all full. Same goes for sourcing. When you get done sourcing, you should come back and unload your truck, because then you have to either do it in the morning, or you kind of forget about it, or the next day you're like, I'm gonna go do something. You're like, oh man, I got all that stuff in there. It's just part of the game, I guess. So we managed it all to fit, so we don't gotta take 2 trips, just 1 trip. But of course, there's no room back here. And actually, I guess looking at it that way, you could definitely fit a lot more packages in there. But I guess it isn't any worse than it has been before. I mentioned about us buying a new car, and there it is out in the wild. They must be test driving it for us or something, making sure the acceleration's top notch. But this is going to be the second Walmart of the day. We wasn't really planning on going to Walmart. It's probably windy. Mostly thrift stores. We went to one Goodwill. Didn't bring you with us because it was packed. And we're gonna get a little shopping down here early, so we get most of the ROI and the profit out of the way. That way, the rest of the day you kind of relax a little bit. Once you know you got the profits, you don't have to worry about actually making the trip worthwhile. But we only bought 2 things of glassware. There was a singing shark. Look up singing sharks on eBay. They're like 40 bucks or something. But it was broken. It sang, but it didn't move. We ended up buying 2 pieces of glassware. As you know, we don't really do glassware, but watching people on YouTube, they make it work. My brother had a bunch of glassware, but I guess he just didn't post it to eBay and stuff, so didn't really know how good it would do on the market. But there's multiple sold listings, multiple months or days in the month. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how it tries, because it was like 50 cents in a 20 and like $2 in a 20. And I'll show you when we get back to the car. Right now, we're in the toy aisle. I'm not even sure if I mentioned where we're going. I think I said we're going to the Milwaukee in the opening clip. Actually, I think we're going to stick around here, Chicago. Not exactly Chicago, but the surrounding areas around Chicago, just to do thrifts, because we got kind of a late start, because we had those 7 or 10 eBay packages to pack, and we didn't get up to like 11. But this is kind of like we're having at the Walmart so far, at least in the toy sections. All these toy sections have been pretty bare. It's like they're waiting for a restock here, like after Christmas, getting all the old stuff out, putting the new stuff back in. So you want to try some Crystal Pepsi? I got to open one in the GoPro sections just in case. You can also film it as you take a swig. Alright, so as I said, the last Walmart wasn't a very good one. This one wasn't a very good one. I'm going to show you what we got. It's actually kind of surprising. Absolutely nothing. Alright, so I'm going to show what we bought at the Goodwill, because we're on our way to the next Goodwill, and it's 12 miles away. So it was this Ferrari shirt plate thing. I thought it looked almost fake. Plate ashtray, yeah, 50 cents. I thought it was kind of fake because it doesn't look very I don't know, refined, I should say, like maybe a Ferrari would. But I thought I'd type her into eBay anyways, and that necessarily means it still doesn't mean it's real. I mean, just because people are selling it on eBay. But let's see, for a shirt ashtray, the first thing that popped up was, no, not that, but there's the sold since I already had it clicked. Went for 20 bucks plus $10 shipping. That was the 5th, so it was only like 3 days ago. I think today's the 8th, maybe it's the 9th. And currently for sale, there is 2. One guy's asking 25 plus shipping, the other guy's asking 25 free shipping. So for one selling after the new year and 2 for sale, it's a pretty good pickup for 50 cents. And the other thing was this Paris mug. Like I said, the whole glassware thing, if you pick up something and look it up, we'll see how hard it is to sell. I've never really dealt with the glassware. Like I said, the only glassware we've had kind of just sat on the shelf and didn't really get posted and kind of gone through to see how fast this stuff sells or how slow it sells. So we're just going off the solds. And I just seen it just said Paris, Las Vegas. So that's the only thing I typed in. And before I could complete the search, it auto-filled in mug. So I just went with the mug. So I didn't know what that was, but I guess it does have a little straw hole there at the top for a straw. So I guess it's like a ceramic mug. But as you can see, the same thing in the 1.5, the same day. Maybe it was the same person that bought them both. What do I know? But he got 18 plus $11 shipping for that. And some guy on the 20th of December got 20 plus 17 shipping for it. And there's kind of a lower one. But you see there, that guy got 18 plus 5, that guy got 24 free. So just going by the solds and how often they sell and how many for sale, picked that guy up to, that was $2. So while the Walmarts might not be that great, the ROI was good there. So at least probably got 30 bucks in our pockets so far. We did buy a few things at the first Walmart, but I won't show you because it's a newer toy that you do gotta kind of be careful with, because sometimes Amazon will come in stock if you don't get it sold, because you know they'll come in stock maybe, you know, a week to 2 weeks after you actually find some of these things for super cheap. But that's the risk you take. Goodwill number 2. Yeah, I think it's only Goodwill number 2. We're in Lamont. As I said, we probably won't be going to. We're not going to Chicago now. We went away from Chicago. It looked like on Google Maps there was 2 or 3 Goodwills around here. Didn't look for Walmarts, but just driving up this area, it looked kind of like a spot where there might be a Walmart sitting around here. But let's see what Google Maps says. Plus, it's not busy at all. There's like nobody in here. And that's how many items we have to find. I wonder how many is profitable out of the 2,500. Guess we'll see what they got in the case stays. There's no one over here. It's like an old Lego in a box, 60 bucks. There's a orange DS back there. And that Canon camera might look at it, might be something. And a whole bag of Skylanders, 15 bucks. Might be worth it for the Spyro in there. Is that a real iPod? I don't think so. Really weird. Nice truck. You want 10 miles a gallon. Alright, so I didn't see this, I'm not sure why it's looking like the screen's really weird. But I didn't see this, this thing sitting there. I don't know if it was on video. I'm gonna go look at that clip and see if it was actually sitting in there. If not, I missed it. But it was 15 bucks. I didn't see if it turned on, I forgot. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if it turns on here. If I can remember how to do it. That's the volume button. There's the power button. And we got power. No games in there. Well, they had the games if you see it in the video. And this guy here does turn on. The ones that I showed in the video didn't have a price, but in the back was 20. So they're both worth it. They're both like 50, 60 bucks after fees on Amazon. They both turn on. This one here does not have a stylus, which isn't the greatest thing, but still worth a little bit of money. But that's it for that Goodwill. Petition, 4,090. Those last couple of clips are kind of slow motion. I must have hit the shutter per second little knob there and turned her down to like 10 or 15, and now we're back up to 60, so it should be a lot better. Also, as definitely the case, a lot of overpriced used video games, or newer video games, I should say, higher priced newer video games. There's some inbox Sony things. I went into a Target and didn't find too much stuff. They are putting out some new toys, but it's that whole risk of there's not too much profit in them, so they're high ranks that just came out, and you don't know if Amazon's going to come into stock. But we found one good rare toy, two just bread and butter items. I guess some Target clearance, which is always a risk because you never know, because all Targets usually have the same clearance. But I also found some there's some items, some video game accessories that's on clearance at Walmart's that we've been picking up and selling quite frequently. And apparently they're on clearance here too because they're marked down to about half what they're going for online. This is a pretty good pickup. We found 7 of them also. As you can see, it was somewhat decent weather. I was getting a little cold, but now it's snowing. I don't know if it's snowing back in Elkhart, South Bend, but it started to snow here. It's getting a little slippery, which is one of those things when you don't pick up a lot when you're sourcing, it kind of feels like you just started, like you haven't been doing it for very long. You look how many hours, and it's been like 4 or 5 hours. So it's getting to that kind of point where it feels like we just started, but now it's dark out and it's all snowy. But next Goodwill, a little bit smaller than the last one, but they also, I guess, are not in part of the competition that shows how many items I put out daily. So I guess we'll go give them the law. Oh, I lied. Those 2,900. I guess they're slacking. Well, I guess they'll always lose anyways. While we wait, we're gonna give that thing a scan and those things a scan. We've actually picked those up during an RA trips at Walmart clearance. Not in that packaging, not some weird packaging, but there's 2 of them in there, so they might be good. I'm not sure.
Sign's kind of old.
All right, so we're gonna go in for the Portillo's hot dog. We watch Global Voodoo on YouTube, and some of our videos pop up since he named this video this. So just come and check this out. It's like a Chicago area hot dog place, but see how she looks. Revolving door too. Check it out. It's like set up like a little little double. I mean, that's what they look like. Look exactly like the video and what he showed. You never know what their pasta looks like. Kind of uninspiring. Let's see what our computer. Oh, okay.
Going the wrong way.
Pay attention here. He ended up going the wrong way. Let's shoot him backwards. Don't need to die. Alright, made it. Alright, so the review was good. I had 3 hot dogs, all 3 different kinds. I had the chili cheese, normal one, and the Italian sausage one or whatever. And really surprising to me, the best one was just a regular dog. Just a regular dog with a lot of stuff on it. Better than the other 2. But let's get stopped. And I do believe Target is right across the street. Whoop, let's see. Alright, so RA is not dead after all of that. Talking about, actually you might get a clip on my phone if not, if I'm too lazy to import it and figure that out. If not, then I guess you get this clip. If not, you'll see it beforehand. But after not getting too much, we found a 3-cart stop, spent $1,400. Definitely not too high of an ROI stop. It's probably only about 40%, 50% maybe, after all the shipping and all the fees and all that stuff comes out of it. So it's not too of an ROI stop. But it did end up getting the car full, so now I have plenty for a shipment. Right to merge onto I-3. And you can see we're heading left to the GPS, but that's what I mean by all the stuff in the back. We're going to try to sell fast, as you know, our business plan from the previous videos. That's what we mean by we're going to sell fast. And it's low ranked, and we know it's going to sell, because today we're at 2,200. That's probably because the last 2 shipments we sent in were low ranked items. Like I said, the ROI isn't great, but I think that's the way the business environment's changing for RA and Amazon. It's going to be the fast nickel, not the slow dime anymore. Alright, so I just woke up and see, after that last Walmart clip, we just ended up driving back home and doing a little stuff and going to bed. So now we got the car to unload and some boxes to get and all that. But I'll go ahead and edit all that, and that'll be the video. Thanks for watching.